You know, when I was at University of Georgia, I prayed for Coach Goff to play our next man. He was my quarterback. Joe Dupree, you'll always be my quarterback. You know that.
I appreciate that.
And we are so glad that you're now in your 12th season at your alma mater of Southwest. You guys had a good year last year, 6-5, first
So,
winning season since 2017, and had a loss to Toombs in the playoffs. But what were your thoughts on that winning season last year?
I thought the season went well. We had a few guys that made a lot of plays for us, and like going to the playoffs is always the first goal. But winning region, winning state is also a goal. So going to the playoffs last year, we'll be able to build on that. I thought last season went well. The guys really competed and played very hard each and every game, and we just excited to make the playoffs and try to get an opportunity to win state.
You have a quarterback coming back. He happens to be Chase Dupree, who I think you know pretty well. Your son, of course, who is coming back. Started last season as a sophomore, 2,545 passing yards, 25 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. All right, and I did this with Brian Nelson. Let's try to take Dad's glasses off and only have the coach's glasses on. Tell me about
Right.
Chase and his development and what last year meant for him going into this year, especially Joe, because you've got some other skill players to replace, which I guess means he's going to have even more responsibility this year, right?
Yes, Chase first of all, he's a great kid. It's a pleasure to be able to coach your son. I know, a lot of people kind of frown on that, but it's been a pleasure. He's has a very high IQ, works very hard at it, and he's a leader. And he had a great year last year. I was excited for him. It's a lot of pressure on him. Playing for your dad, who also played the position. So I'm proud of him just for being able to take on that responsibility, take on that challenge, and he embraces that, and he had a great season.
All right, let's go back to Dad. So what were you like going into your junior season? Any comparisons with your son?
Yeah, he's a lot better than I was going into my junior year. Being honest with you, he throws the ball a lot better. He has a high IQ than I had. Probably I was probably more athletic than he is, but as far as just being able to read defenses and at such an early age, he's doing a great job of doing that. He's really trained himself well as far as watching film and really get an understanding of the offense. Like I said, he's better than I was going into my junior year, honestly.
All right, you do have to replace your leading rusher, your leading receiver. What about your numbers for skill positions? Do you have some good candidates there?
Yeah, we have some great candidates. We got Christian Hill, who's going to try to replace James. He played a little bit of running back last year. We have Steven Robinson, who's a returning starter offensively to try to, those two guys are going to be hard to replace because they've done such a tremendous job. We'll just try to, do what we can with those guys. But those guys has potential to try to fill those shoes. But like I said, replacing Carmelo Mays, I mean, that's hard to do because he was a kick returner, punt returner, played some DB4s, and an awesome receiver. James ran the ball very, very well. So, those would be some big shoes to fill. But the off season and spring went well, and I think those guys are up to the challenge.
That's great. That's great. All right, we'll talk about the defense. What's to come for the Patriots defense in our next report? Back with Coach Joe Dupree from Southwest. The Patriots coming off a 6-5 season last year. But Coach, you did give up 30, a little over 30 points per game. So you want that defense to improve. You have 8 returning starters. So you're going to lean on some kids who have some experience this year. Is that going to help get that point per game number down a little bit?
Most definitely. We got guys, Ronaldo Callaway, Marquez Hutchins. You got LeVar Harris. You got those type of guys that's returning. A few of the guys that's returning that should be able to get that number down a little bit. We've been working towards that all off season long. I think defensively, offense sell tickets, defense will win championships. So I'm still a firm believer of that. And Coach Prather, the defense coordinator, have done a great job in the offseason of making adjustments, seeing what can make us better as a defense. And for those guys, returning 8 guys really, really is going to help us with that experience, especially going to the playoffs. And so I think we'll be okay.
Southwest is moving from Region 2 in AA to Region 2A in Division 1. This is like the SEC of high school football here. Listen to these teams: Ace, Bleckley County, Central, Dodge County, Dublin, East Lawrence, Jefferson County, Northeast, Southwest, and Waco. Oh my gosh, Coach! 9 teams in this region. This is brutal. This is now is brutal, but we're going to talk about some really good football in this region this year. How do you think you'll stack up?
Yes, this is a very, very rich tradition region. These guys are great. All these coaches are great coaches. They won everywhere they've been, and it's going to be a tough region. But like you say, you have to go in and just play football every Friday night, and you got to be prepared. You have to have the guys ready to go and be ready to compete. And I think we was in this region, I think 3 or 4 years ago, and like I said, it's a very, very tough region with 8 other teams that's ready to play at any time. So we have to be ready to play. I'm gonna challenge my guys every day to compete and just go in every day, just trying to get better, 1% better each and every day to for this region. But it's a tough region to be in.
No question about it. Coach, you're the best. Thank you so much. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
your time. Good luck to you this
Appreciate
year.
it.
So.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.